The agenda is set. Today's thought of the day is living in tune with natural rhythms. Now, raise your hand if you have ever tried to force yourself to be productive at 2 a.m., chugging chai and wondering why your brain feels like it's wrapped in cotton. Hmm? Or maybe you've pushed through exhaustion during monsoons, wondering why you feel so sluggish when everyone says you should be energized by the rains. You know, here's what nobody tells you: you're not broken, you're just out of rhythm. See, we live in a world of artificial lights, air conditioning, 24 by 7 connectivity, and we have forgotten something our grandmothers knew instinctively, that our bodies are not machines that run at the same speed all the time. So just as the moon controls the tides, nature's rhythm guides the flow of your energy too. Think about it. A mango tree doesn't apologize for not bearing fruits in winter. The sun doesn't feel guilty for setting each evening. Yet we expect ourselves to be on all the time, in all seasons, at all hours. So you have three natural clocks ticking inside you. One, your daily clock. So this is why your dadi wakes up at 5 a.m. without an alarm, while you are a zombie until your second cup of coffee. Or your body temperature rises and falls. Your cortisol peaks in the morning. Your melatonin rises at night, whether you are paying attention or not. And the number two, your focus clock. Every 90 minutes, your brain cycles between peak focus and natural rest. So, this is why you can concentrate intensely on that presentation for an hour and then suddenly find yourself scrolling Instagram. Your brain isn't being lazy, it's just asking for a break. And number three, your seasonal clock. Ever notice how you crave Rajma Chawal in winter but want nothing but watermelon in summer? How you feel more contemplative during monsoons but energetic during spring festivals? Now, that's not coincidence, that's wisdom. So, let me share something about a software engineer, 22-year-old software engineer from Bengaluru. Now, she drinks 3 cups of coffee to stay alert during her 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. shift, the night shift, and then takes sleeping pills to crash during the day. She eats the same salad year round because they're healthy. And she exercises at midnight because that's when the gym is free. 6 months later, she's exhausted, getting frequent colds. Her skin looks dull. Her doctor says she's perfectly healthy, but she's feeling anything but healthy. So, what happens when we ignore the natural rhythms? Chronic fatigue despite adequate sleep, digestive issues from eating the wrong foods at wrong times, mood swings and irritability, or even weakened immunity. So, our ancestors weren't primitive, they were practical. Ayurveda speaks of dincharya, the daily routines, and the ritucharya, that is the seasonal routines, not as rigid rules, but as gentle guidelines for flowing with nature's intelligence. Consider Meera, a working mother from Chennai. Instead of fighting her natural tendencies, she decided to experiment. She noticed she was naturally more creative in the early morning. So she started waking up 30 minutes early to journal before the chaos began. Then she observed that she craved warm, grounding foods during monsoons. So she wrapped her rear round smoothies for seasonal khichdi and dal. She recognized her energy naturally dipped around 3 p.m. So instead of more caffeine, she took a 10-minute walk outside. Result? She felt more energized, less stressed, and surprisingly more productive than she was forcing herself to maintain the same routine year round. So, let me share a few daily life applications. The morning rhythms. So, instead of immediately grabbing your phone, try stepping outside for 2 minutes. Let natural light hit your eyes. It's like pressing the reset button on your internal clock. Then the work rhythms. Notice when you're naturally sharp versus when you're naturally creative. Schedule your important calls during peak alertness and use your dreamy, low energy times for brainstorming or organizing. Then the eating rhythms. In summer, your body craves cooling foods, cucumber, mint, watermelon. In winter, it wants warming spices, ginger, cinnamon, turmeric, and trust these cravings. They're nature's nutritional guidance system. Then the rest rhythms. Your grandmother's habit of an afternoon rest during summers isn't laziness, it's intelligence. Even a 10-minute break during your natural energy dip can be more refreshing than fighting through exhaustion. And then the seasonal rhythms. Spring is for new projects and detoxing. Summer is for play and socializing. Monsoon is for reflection and cozy activities. Winter is for rest and planning, and work with these energies, not against them. But I can't control my office timings, I hear you say. I have exams during summer, deadlines during monsoons. Fair enough. But here's the secret, it's not about perfect alignment, it's about awareness and small adjustments. So if you can't change your work schedule, adjust your lighting, food choices, and micro breaks. If you can't hibernate in winter, honor the season by creating more cozy, warm environments and choosing nourishing foods. When you start living more in tune with natural rhythms, something magical happens. You stop feeling like you're constantly pushing against life. You start feeling supported by something larger than yourself. Your teenagers notice that you are less irritable. Your colleagues see you're more focused during meetings. And you realize you don't need as much coffee, as many supplements, as much forcing. So you start operating from a place of flow rather than force. So here's your gentle experiment for this week. Choose one natural rhythm to tune into. Go outside, observe sunrise or sunset for 5 minutes each day. Eat one seasonal food daily. Mangoes in summer, gourd in winter, fresh greens in spring. And then take a 5-minute break every 90 minutes during work. Notice when you naturally feel sleepy, honor it, even if it's just dimming the lights. And then journal that what does nature's rhythm teach me about timing in my own life. You might discover you're trying to force productivity during your natural rest periods or missing your peak creative hours by staying busy with mundane tasks. So here's what our ancestors knew that we have forgot. You are not separate from nature. You are nature. The same intelligence that makes flowers bloom in spring and birds migrate in winter flows through your veins too. The same rhythm that controls ocean tides live in your heartbeat. So when you align with these rhythms, you're not being lazy or unproductive. You're being wise. You're working with life instead of against it. So here's my invitation to you. The next 7 days, become a student of your own rhythm. Notice when you naturally feel most alert, most creative, most social, most restful. Notice how different seasons and weather patterns affect your mood and energy. And then this is the revolutionary part. Instead of judging these patterns as inconvenient, start seeing them as information. Start making small adjustments that honor your natural flow. Because when you live in tune with natural rhythms, you don't just feel better, you become more authentically, powerfully yourself. And in a world that's constantly demanding you be on, choosing to flow with nature's wisdom isn't just self care, it's an act of quiet rebellion. Remember, just as rivers carve the most beautiful valleys by following the natural, right? So, thank you. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you.